The next question is, which of the following descriptions is correct about the ethical theory of consequentialism? Okay, so we have to select the option which is related to consequentialism approach. The A option is, the theory of consequentialism is an evaluation of an ideal type, the way world ought to be. B option, the theory of consequentialism is an evaluation of outcomes or states, the way world might be. C option, the theory of consequentialism is an evaluation of motives of the person acting. And D, the theory of consequentialism is an evaluation of the means that a person act through. Okay, so when we read carefully, A option relates to the ideal type the world ought to be. B option relates to the outcomes. C option relates to the motives of person, and D option relates to the means. So we have just understood that in normative ethics, first category virtue ethics, it deals with the character, the motive of the person. If the motive or character of person is good, then the action will be ethical action, and this comes in the domain of virtue ethics. So C option will relate to virtue ethics. If you talk about D option, then it is focusing on the means. Means implies your action itself must be good. Your means should be good, automatically ends will be good. So when you are focusing on means, you are focusing on your duties. So it will be the deontological ethics part. So it will come under deontology. B option, if you talk about, then it is very clear, it is focusing on the evaluation of outcomes. So your outcome must be good. Outcomes implies consequences. So B option relates with consequentialist approach, teleological approach. While A option relates to the abstract part, the ideal scenario, the way world to be. But consequentialism comes under normative part. Therefore, the correct answer would be B option. The next question is, which of the following is a correct combination? In column A, there are several theories. In column B, there are description. So in first column, the first is contractualism, second deontology, third consequentialism, and fourth virtue ethics. Now we will come to the description part. A is social agreement among a range of parties on ethical principle. So as soon as I read the word agreement, agreement nothing but implies your contract among a range of parties who are sitting behind wheel of ignorance. So this is what is said by John Rawls in his contractualism theory of justice. So I can directly say one is related to A. Okay. B is ethics based on the fulfillment of one's duty. Ethics based on the fulfillment of one's duty. So you have to follow your duty, your actions must be good. This is what is said by deontological ethics. So directly 2 is related to B option. C is ethics based upon the nature of consequences of action, on the final outcomes. So this is nothing but is told by consequentialism approach. So for 3 it is C. And D is emphasis on the excellence of mind and character of person. Mind and character, obviously mind and character of person. The motives of person, the mind of person, the reason of person, the character of person. This is what is told by virtue ethics. A person must be a virtuous person. If person is virtuous, then his action will automatically be ethical action. So they are directly related to each other. So 1A, 2B, 3C and 4D. The correct answer would be A option. Now the next question is, there is a concept term basic set of minimum moral standards that scholars believe are to be found in all cultures and societies in some form or other. What among the following are its example? This question relates to value part. We have not discussed what are values. So this question is misplaced here. So for now I will skip this question We will come to the question only when we have studied values part. Okay. So coming to the next question, which among the following are types of consequentialist oblique utilitarian ethics? So we have to just select what are the types of utilitarian ethics. The first one is act utilitarianism, second rule utilitarianism or consequentialism, third abstract consequentialism, and fourth impact consequentialism. Now when we have studied utilitarianism, there were mainly two types of utilitarianism, act and rule. Act refers to the short term consequences and rule relates to long term consequences. So act and rule will be the final answers. So it implies 1 and 2. Therefore B will be the correct option. Coming on to the next question. In making a moral decision, one should be more concerned with arriving at good consequences than worrying about having good motives. So your concern should be good consequences. This type of ethical behavior is called as your consequentialist approach. So here the correct answer would be ethical relativism. It is part of metaethics. Virtue, no, it deals with motives of person. Utilitarian will be our correct answer. Here directly theological word is not given to us, but utilitarianism is a part of theological ethics. Therefore C will be my correct answer. The next question is, in making a moral decision, one should be more concerned with having good motives than arriving at good consequences. So your motives must be good. Means the person who is performing that action, that person should have good motives. The character of that person must be good. This is what is told by virtue ethics. So if person is virtuous, his motives will be good, his conduct will be ethical conduct. So for this question the correct answer would be B option, virtue ethics. And finally, one should be more concerned with what one does than with what kind of person one becomes. So here we should more concerned with what one does, what we do. So our conduct will be decided by what are our actions. So whether my action is ethical or not will depend upon the quality of my action, what I do. This is told by the deontological ethics, duty ethics. My duty, I should perform my duty. Okay. So the correct answer would be D option, deontology. So here we conclude the questions part. So we have completely covered the first part of our ethical topics, that is theories of ethics. Okay, it is an important part because several questions have been asked in UPSC in the last 4 years. So you must clearly cover this part. Okay, now we'll come on to the second part of ethics. Thank you.